Hi, welcome to another video on my driving robot Mydfir with active sonar, line following, color recognition and lamps and the buzzer. Last time I had some problems with sonar, these two parts, sending and receiving, and I had the idea to to get these out of the sockets and put them in again. So these are the connections to the sonar, and if I pull the wire you see which is going where. So this is one sonar and this is that one. And after reseating the connectors, I found in the input that it was working again, in the sense that I got output that showed that there was some response, and that is very nice. However, when I was doing the floor test, it showed that there was no reason for optimism, since when I put my hand or anything else in front of the sonar, like this, or just any one of them, the robot is supposed to write backwards. That doesn't happen anymore. The other problem, of course, being the line sensor, this one. And as you may have noticed when watching my videos, it has a big trouble finding the sensor or finding the line and staying at it. Now the obvious thing is that's no good. The bigger problem is that I didn't change the algorithm, neither for nor for the sonar nor for the line sensor. So what causes it? It just may be that it is a bit slow. Well, the point is it is wireless. So this print, which is actually put on the controller print, is actively connected to this thing, the Robo radio frequency data link. And I already experienced in the past with a different project, my monorail, that it can actually be quite delayed in data. However, over the years, and I've used this model for quite a few years, that has never shown to be the problem. It always followed its rounds. It did its round and followed the line. Well, some weird circumstances when people walked by or tried to put their hands in front of the sensor, then sometimes weird things happen, but not like it is now. So what I want to do is do some diagnostics with the sonar and look at the code, because this is not supposed to happen. I have already opened the diagnostics, and when I put my hands in front of it, I can clearly see the distance being taken correctly. So let's go to the screencast and see how things go. As you can see, the diagnosis interface is open. It has input 3 and 4, which are coming from one of the sensors, obviously. And now I am focused on D1 and D2, because this is distance 1 and distance 2, which is obvious the sonar. So when I put my hand very close to this sonar, you can see at D1 that it is very small distance, which is correct, and I remove my hand and the distance goes up. Same with the other one. Very close distance, and 2 is the minimal distance that it can take, which is good. So this shows that the sonar is actually accurate. So the big question is, let's close this one and go to here. Oops, no, I want this. This is the code, and when I am just running the code, this is most of what it shows, and I can't use that when I am testing something like sonar. So what I first have to do is comment this out. Oops. Okay, that's done. So now let's see how the sonar does behave. Putting the camera away for now, and then once again the program. Okay, the color recognition is still there, and distance D1 is alright, but what is the actual code? The actual code is that it should react when smaller than 5 centimeters, so that it doesn't do anything at 43. That is quite alright. But what does it do now? 3. Alright. However, there's no motor response, and that is exactly what's bothering me. Why doesn't the motor respond? When I put a finger under the line sensor, I won't see anything now. But another thing is, alright, what I do see with my hand in front of the sonar is a red light coming on, flashing. Well, that in itself is correct. When I do the same with the right sensor, and now it writes back. That is a weird thing. It is good, but why does it do it now? Left doesn't do it, or I should actually say right. Now again the left sensor, and alright, so there's something going on with the right side sensor. Another thing is that I was missing the light for the left side sonar, but I just noticed it works, the blue light. Big question is, why doesn't the motor respond when the right side sonar, being D1, is activated? And if I see here and here, it's the same. So here is something not quite right. Let's focus on that. Just after ending the recording of the last segment, the buzzer started to sound, and that reminds me that there is a problem with the buzzer as well. And to be sure, the buzzer only responds on color, on red, green and blue. Well, as you have seen in the first segment, the desktop color is completely black, and the buzzer went 3 times. And to my knowledge, blue is not black. So why is that happening as well? But back to Sonar. So let's give it a start. Again. It stands completely still. Now I hold my hand in front of D1. That right 2 is more correct. And unfortunately, the motor isn't doing anything. The light is exactly what it should do, blinking red, but that is all. And now it's I notice digit 7 as well, which is not correct because I didn't move my hand at all. But then why is the motor not doing anything? I hold my hand, I move my hand, and yes, then it suddenly says 235, which is kind of correct. On the other hand, I don't see D2 either. That is a color blue, and that means that it does detect color blue on one thing, and when I look at it, at the coder, color blue, it says blue. Okay. What I should do actually is change a bit, because I need to say which side it is, and so I will say blue A2 and green A2 and say red A2. So now I know which sensor actually does it. And here, why is it this is not correct? Because this is for A1. Why did I do that here? This is A1. Oh, I have completely messed up here. That is not good. That is not good. Of course I have to say A1 when it is A1, and this is A1, so it should be here. This is A1 and this is still A1, so A1 here. This is according to distance, so that is alright. But what I also have to do is say set motor and then say to which it responds. And oh, it says D1. Yes, alright. That is alright. And this is D2. So I think that is acceptable. So now this is acceptable again. And the 7 is A2. And this is A2 and this is A2. So now the confusion about either buzzer or whatever color is detected is alright. And that is one thing. But still, the sonar, why doesn't the motor run? Why doesn't the motor run anyway? That's not good. So, next phase. So with the last simple changes, let's run it again. Excuse me. Invalid syntax. On line 68. 68. What did it do wrong? Ah. Oh, this is okay. Yeah, I get it. That's a good one. That is a very good one. Then I probably have to change this. Yes, I have to change this here as well. And this one too. Anything else? Not that I can see, although this is for A2 as well, so let us put A2 here, although is this A2? It says get A2, so let's put it on A2, though it is on under A1. So what I can do is put it put 2 lines. I think that is a good idea. A1 and alright, now it is better. Focusing on sonar and doing color. Not exactly the right thing to do, but and this is even more confusing. Hold on. Alright, let's see how this goes. Anyway, back to sonar, because that's what it is about. And now I want exactly the distance. But still, why doesn't the motor respond? Okay. On the right side the motor responds immediately. That is to say, now I'm holding it in front of D2, obviously. So why doesn't the motor respond now? Okay, no hand. Once again. Right, no hand. Hand by D1. And still no motor response. So the sonar itself is working, and I need to go up into the code. So still this doesn't work, and I know the motor does work because this works. This whole thing works. There's no problem. And this is not quite good. And yes, that is bothering. Why is the code good and it doesn't respond? A reset? Yes, probably. Anyway, it works kind of. So let's put it to the test on the floor. I think that is best. Ready for the floor test, and as an object I'm going to use this ruler, because for sonar it doesn't matter what object it is. An object is an object. And as you can see, for testing I have also placed the data link as close as possible to the floor map, so I can see if this matters as well. So let's start the program and see what happens. And this is not what is supposed to happen. It says there is something at 80 centimeters distance. Well, that may be a chair, but then again, if I do this, there's still no response. So what happens now? Considering the blue light, there's a response, but not from the motor. And yet, during the test on the table, the motor responded. So this is not quite nice. Alright, then it may be the wiring to the motor. Let's take a look at that. Also not quite as what I like, but alright. Let's turn it around, look at it. This is connected and this is connected, and there goes the battery. Not good at all, not good at all. I need to fix. This is a major oops. Right, the battery fixed again. Well, not the battery, but the connection anyway. So let's see what happens. Once again, knowing that the motor is alright. Needless to say that this is not what I intended. And there's once again no response. Also, the buzzer is supposed to respond to a certain color and not doing this. Well, this is already much better. What does it do next? Will it follow the line? Or not? Apparently not. Nope. What about here? No. And in the past those responses were pretty quick, so this doesn't make any sense at all. Let's see what the string output is. The one is correct. And the 2 is correct. So it kind of beats me what is going on here. I really don't know. Several things. Well, line following is off, sonar motor response is off, and the buzzer is off. What more can go wrong, would you say? Okay, next step. And I just realized I made a mistake. This is color sensor 2, but it is using the same color variable as A1. So I need to change that. And this is Python, so I actually just can use any color I like, or any variable I like whenever I like it. So I make this A1, or yeah, I can do that, and then I make color A2 being green. But what I also have to do is saying here this is color A1. This is color A1, and this is color A1. But this is color A2, and that's something very different. So this is A2, not quite sure what the different result will be. Oh wait, I have to use here A2 as well, and in the other part of the code the same idea, because that is what it is about. And then say, alright, I can copy this and say, alright, this is for color A2. And then things can get very different this way. So this one disappears here, goes here. Alright, then of course in this part of the code I still have to change this to A1. And the last part is A1. Alright, but that still doesn't explain why it doesn't run, why things don't work, etc. Color is not defined in 104. Yes, this has to be A1. Anywhere else? You already hear the pitch of the buzzer, but it now clearly says A2. So there is clearly something with the buzzer going on, or with the other light sensor, and that is revealing. Now I know what is going on primarily. Yes, this is most revealing. I have to check the second color, and I had no idea otherwise. But that is for next time. Thank you for watching. Some unresolved stuff for the sonar, unresolved stuff for the buzzer, and for the line sensor. A little big oops also with the battery, wires, etc. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't done so already. Otherwise, I'm on Twitter, Instagram. Please be so kind to make a small donation if you like what you see. More information on my website. On my website also lots of other stuff, my other projects. And this is obviously going to be continued. Bye bye.